I gotta tell you, Jimmy, you know where I am right now? In Scottsdale, Arizona. And I'm loving it. It's cold though, Jimmy. A little cold.
Is it?
It's a little chilly here, I gotta tell you. Rained yesterday. Raining in Arizona. It's weird, right?
It's a little weird.
Live from ESMA, the International Food Manufacturers Association. Foodbuy Studios, Jimbo. The hospitality hangout. I gotta tell you. Kick us off, Jimbo.
I will. I'm having a lot of FOMO. Here I am just holding down the fort in New York City when you guys are off at Scottsdale, Arizona at the Foodbuy Studios at IFMA, the International Food Service Manufacturers Association President's Conference. There's a lot going on, but let's kick this off more formally, welcoming our guests and our listeners to the Hospitality Hangout, a hospitality-focused podcast where the founders at Branded share their insights and bring technology and innovation leaders that are making things happen in the industry we love. My name is Jimmy Frischling, otherwise known as the finance guy. I'm going to bring it back to my boy Shatsy, Mr. Michael Schatzberg, also known as the restaurant guy.
Well, I got to tell you, Jimbo, I'm super excited to be here and welcome everybody. And feel free to call me Shatsy. I am the restaurant guy, and we are live from IFMA, as Jimmy said. I got to tell you, we got a fantastic show. As you know, Jimmy and I are the founders of Branded, and we sit at the intersection of capital, hospitality, food service, restaurants, CPG, Jimmy, and you know what else? GPOs. We are at the intersection. You know what? If I have another kid, Jimmy, which I'm probably not, you know what the kid's name's going to be?
GPO?
Damn right, GPO Schatzberg. What do you think? You like it?
I like it. I like it a lot. Yes. I'm going to go with 7. I'm going to go with 7 Costanza. You go with GPO.
7 Costanza. Well, I got to tell you, we are super excited to have you. This is our first supply chain series with our friends and partners from Foodbuy. That's right, Jimmy. It is the supply chain series. I feel like we should have like some supply chain series music, right?
Do you have your soundboard?
I got something. I got something.
Well, yeah, I will say there's been a lot of firsts.
Jimmy, you know what I think? Supply chain and manufacturing, you know what it is? I'm going to say something. Don't get mad. It's sexy.
Right. It's sexy? It's
sexy. And you know who else is sexy? Foodbuy is sexy. Because you know what? They're saving money for operators. And if you're saving money for operators are happy. Am I right?
I think that is a true statement for all the people that are taking from restaurants. The fact that there's an organization like Foodbuy that's giving to the restaurants, I got to tell you, that's a nice combo. I like that. We're not takers, we're givers.
I like it too, Jimbo. And I got to tell you, free membership. How could you turn that down, right?
Free's good. I tell you, free's a very good price.
Well, I got to tell you, Jimmy, we got to tell you, we got a great guest. Mike Marbury is here, Vice President of Foodbuy, okay? He's the guy that's going to give you free membership so you can go buy everything you need at 25, 30% less. That sounds like a good deal, right? Let me just give you a little fun tips, a little bit about Mike's background before you take it over and start digging in, okay?
Please, let's go.
He's from New Orleans, okay? And you know I love New Orleans. Jillian went to Tulane. George went to Tulane, right? So you know I love Tulane. Love New Orleans. Great food, great music. Jimmy, you've been to New Orleans, right? A few times, right?
I have indeed. I'm a fan.
Yeah. Went to LSU, Jimmy. Are you an LSU guy? Yeah, no, but that's a big deal, right?
That is a big deal. I have to say,
when it comes to about this, yeah.
What am I gonna love? No, when it comes to college football, LSU is one of the granddaddies. I will say, I think we have some friends who go to Tulane. I don't want to get in trouble, but that's kind of like the G League compared to LSU. I think I just got myself in trouble.
Jimmy, it's the B League. It is. But you know what's cool about Mike? Guess where he was a bartender on Bourbon Street. From the age of 14 till he was 18. I made that up. He was 18. He was 18. I was kidding. I kid. But he was a bartender. Jimmy, who else was a bartender?
We were bartenders.
That's damn right.
Some of the best times of my life that I can't remember took place on Bourbon Street.
So he was a bartender, Performance Food Group, right, for a couple of years, right? He went to Halo Lodging. I have no idea what that was, but it was good. It was good. He liked it. He enjoyed it, but he didn't like it that much because you know why? He left after a year, and you know where he went? He went to Foodbuy. He went to Foodbuy because you know what he said? He said, I saw what was going on at Performance Food Group. I know I can help restaurant operators. He was there for like not even a week, and he became the VP in like that. You know, after like 1 week there. That's how big it is. Anyway, Jimbo, I got to tell you, let's bring this guy in, okay? Because I got to tell you, he's got to be tired. He's got to be. So let's bring in the chairman of the board.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
VP. director. He's a big deal. That's all I know. He's a big deal.
So we got Mike on the line. We got him here in the studio, in our Foodbuy studio.
Yep.
And Jesse, do you want to share a few factoids about our friend Mike before we jump in, or you just want to bring it? You want to roll? What do you want to do?
I thought I just gave you the factoids, Jimmy.
Oh, in that case, I'm going to jump in.
Remember, he's the guy who was a bartender at Bourbon Street when he was 14. Don't you remember? Performance Food Group, and then he went to Halo Lodging. Did you forget that?
Wait, he went to LSU?
Jimmy, you missed that whole part. Jimmy, stop emailing when we're doing a podcast, all right? That's ridiculous.
I was going to say, when you and Julie are away, the home team here in New York will play. Listen, I'm going to jump in with
Jimmy, is it after 5 o'clock in New York? Is that the problem? Are you drinking already?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, Shatsy. It's not here.
Listen, Mike, I'm bringing Mike in again. Mike, come on back. It is Mike Barbary, chairman of the board, Foodbuy. Jimmy, do you remember?
Yes, I do. All right,
Mike's back. Now let's kick it off.
Foodbuy is handling $3.2 billion in diverse purchasing volume. Okay, that number is buying power. It's a driver of scalability and technology ROI, return on investment. I'm fascinated, as Shatsy was alluding to, by how much you guys are doing to help not just independent operators but national chains. So, what is your approach? Okay, to customizing solutions based on size, and more importantly, how are you seeing technology investment translate to the bottom line across the different organizations? That's a mouthful. But what's your
question? Is that one question, Jim, or is that multiple?
It was one question with 4 subsets and then 3 little eyes. But again, approach to customizing solutions, and how are you seeing tech investments translate the bottom line? From your organization's perspective.
Guys, great to be with you. Great questions, Jimmy. I think to start off, $32 billion in leveraged food service spend in the organization.
That's with a B, Jimmy.
Yep, 32
B.
Yep. So really how we customize that for the membership is all the programs are opt-in, right? So you're not required to participate in any given program with our organization. As a member, you choose which programs make sense for you. An independent operator is going to be a lot different and have different needs compared to a chain operator, compared to a hotel operator, compared to a theme park operator. They're all going to be different. And so our programs, our distribution model, all of that is opt-in. So you choose which programs make the most sense for you, the programs that drive the most value. And in terms of technology, really what we leverage there is when you think about $32 billion in spend and hundreds of suppliers, thousands and thousands of items on our programs. The challenge.
Mike, who keeps track of all those items? Who keeps track of all those SKUs? Is that something you're taking care of? That's a lot. You got to take care of a lot of stuff.
It's a team of about 400 folks in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
That manage those programs.
All right.
For our Compass operators and for our members.
It's got a lot more complicated to run a restaurant today, right?
Absolutely.
That's the bottom line, right?
Absolutely.
And I got to tell you, and now, so supply chain, it used to be just a very simple thing. You picked up, I need this, I need that, but it's very complicated today, right?
Yes, it is.
So that's why, that's where, so you guys are really helping operators. Really, it's the margins shrink, and so if they can get any edge on buying better, I always tell Jimmy, it's like, something, the little guy's the guy that needs the most help on price, right? And it's hard to compete with a guy who's got I got 1,000 restaurants, and then Jimmy and I got the 2 restaurants. I'm not getting the best price that the guy, but now if I'm using Foodbuy, a GPO like that, I now have the buying power that Jimmy and I with our 2 restaurants, we're now like a guy with 1,000 restaurants.
Absolutely, and that's sort of the value of the program. And you mentioned that membership is free, right? So
I like to mention that again, Jimmy. How much did it cost?
Well, I was. If we're playing Price is Right earlier, I was way over. I know. I was
20,000. Where'd you come up with that? $240,000 a year?
How much you saved me 25% of my expenses.
What's Amazon? $129 a year? It's probably more than Amazon, but it ain't 20. It's between $129 and $20,000. That's what I would think. Mike, what do you want to charge a month for it? If we were going to charge, I know you don't.
I'd like to come up with a number, but really what we're going to do is in addition to signing you up for free, where you're actually going to earn rebates based on your purchases. So you're going to actually have a.
So wait a minute. Not only does it not cost me money, but you're paying me money?
Absolutely.
I got to tell you, Jimmy, that sounds like a no-brainer.
I like it. I like it a lot.
You got any other questions, Jimmy? I feel like you run out of questions here.
No, I'm loaded up with questions. I'm Brandon's. I'm the finance guy. I'm the numbers guy. So, when I hear that Foodbuy manages, over 350,000 line items, okay, my spreadsheet spidey senses start tingling. Like, I'm like, 350,000 line items, but in all seriousness, in an industry where every penny counts, and we have the privilege not just of owning and operating some restaurants, but we're now investing and working with some tremendous QSRs. Shout out to our friends at Big Chicken, our friends at Craveworthy, Mighty Quinn's Barbecue, and they teach us, they tell us just how penny conscious they are. So I'm fascinated by a tech platform's ability to basically catch price discrepancy. Could you walk us through how you're helping operators protect their margins through technology?
Sure. So
Great question, Jimbo. Really.
All those dollars you're spending with your suppliers are flowing into our platform, right? So we're able to align with our programs, ensure that your distributor is charging the correct pricing to your units. We're auditing that on a monthly basis. And that's really that's the complex part of the business, right? Is ensuring that you've got a program that it's being implemented by your distributor and you realize the value of that.
Wait, Mike, can I pick any distributor I want, or do I have to use like one guy?
Any distributor you want.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so easy.
We're distributor neutral.
How much money do you think I'm getting back? I can get back a month on average. Like if I have like just one restaurant, what do you think I get back a month?
It's going to vary based on your spend, right? And it can range from 1% to 6% or more.
How much money? How much cash? Like how much cash? Like am I getting
$100? It depends on your spend, and 1 to 6%.
Yeah,
Jimmy, you know what? Let me do that. It's my question.
So Chatsy, that's on top of the into restaurant cost savings off the invoice you're already going to see, right? So you're gonna get the value of those the contracted pricing that we've negotiated.
Hey Jimmy, we should sign up for Foodbuy Brandon.
Yes, you should.
Yes, we do spend a lot of money on our stuff too.
We get a lot of candy in the office, a lot of Pepsi products. You get Pepsi? Mike, you get Pepsi products?
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
I think our friends at Pepsi might be annoyed at us, considering they're basically giving it to us at they're doing the below wholesale thing. Like we gotta let our partners make a few shekels here. I want to jump into a new segment, and it's in honor of the supply chain theme that we have going on. All right, fun fact: we're gonna play This is our first time playing Supply Chain Survivor. Mike, this is a first for Brandon. We'll see how it goes. It could be our last. At this point, we don't know. All right, but here's how we're going to play the game. Shatsy, I'm going to give you 3 common supply chain disasters. You have to pick one. What causes you the biggest headache? What is causing you the most stress? And then Mike's going to jump in and explain how Foodbuy helps operators avoid getting voted off the island. See what I did there, Shatsy? In your chosen situation, okay? 3 choices, 3 supply chain. I'm going to give you 3 choices. You pick one, okay?
That's what I got to do.
You pick one, yes.
But what about this whole voted off the island? I'm going to get voted off? I don't want to get voted off.
Well, don't worry. There's a pretty good chance. Between you and me, Shatsy, you're going to get voted off.
Okay.
I'm going to give the punchline away. All right.
Get voted off. Okay. Yeah.
Survivor, okay?
Okay.
Here are 3 disasters. Disaster 1, your produce supplier doubles their prices overnight. That's a
salad shop. It's a real
salad shop. Big disaster, right? Disaster 2, your cleaning supplier discontinues your most used and trusted product.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I mean, I can go buy some fantastic.
Okay. Supply chain disaster 3, your dairy delivery shows up completely frozen.
Yeah, I got to be honest. To me, it's the supplier doubling their prices overnight sounds like a nightmare to me.
Okay,
dairy delivery. I mean, those are terrible. I mean, they're not good. But I feel like I can solve. I know I can get some. I can go to Home Depot and get some cleaning supplies for that.
All right.
Day. Like frozen dairy, it'll thaw. I mean, but the doubling the price, I'm going to do about that, Jimmy.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to bring in the expert. Mike, how is Foodbuy preventing this issue? What are they doing to address this issue for us?
Sure. So what Foodbuy is going to do is in your market where you're operating, we're going to have multiple.
You're going to kick some butt
that we work with, right? And we're going to bid your business out within that community. and secure you the best possible program to support your produce in your restaurant. And then we're going to be monitoring that pricing every week, every month to ensure that that's not going to happen, right? And we've got a pretty big stick to swing with those suppliers. They certainly want to work well with us and ensure that they're serving our members well. So that's what we're going to do to make sure you don't find yourself in that position.
So, Mike, you are like Batman.
There you go.
Right? Am I right? You're like Batman. So Mike Barbary is Batman. Jimmy.
He's Michael Keaton. He's Batman.
No, he's Mike Barbary. He's Batman. And you see tonight, Jimmy, when I'm out,
yes,
Mike's gonna be looking like this.
Mike's solving problems. You know what I was going to say? I was going to say, Shatsy.
So how do I do now? What happens?
In answer to your question, Shatsy, I was going to say, do you like apples? Because Mike just gave an answer. I like them apples.
I got to tell you, I love it. So let me ask you, I don't want to ruin the whole thing here. So what do I do now on the Survivor thing? How do I not get voted off? Am I out?
You know what, Shatsy? You framed the question so beautifully, and Mike hit it out of the ballpark like Freeman for the freaking Dodgers. Then now we can move on, and we can
wait a minute. Okay, so what about go ahead.
You can stay on the island, Shatsy. You can stay.
So now wait a minute. So now Julie's going to taking calls right now. Is that what's happening right now? We have a first.
Yes, we have a first. We have a live caller for the first time.
So wait a minute. I got to get. But this is is this breaking news?
Well, we don't know what the caller's going to ask.
Oh, we don't. Yeah, but so the first time I love that we actually, for the first time ever, we have a live call coming in. Okay, for Mike right now. We have a question coming in for Mike, and we have our operator calling now. Julie, we have an operator on the line. An operator on the line. So our first caller is Freddie Hayes. Freddie operates 3 locations, Freddie's barbecue joint across the DC area. Freddie shared that he's getting 3 different prices for the same cleaning supplies across his restaurants, and none of them have matched their contracted rate. So this guy is supposed to be getting the supplies for an X, and he's getting them for different prices. How does this happen, Mike?
Wow. Well, Freddie, great question, and it's a common problem. So,
Freddie, are you still there? I'm still here. All right, there. Freddie's still there.
Big day in DC tomorrow, Freddie.
Yeah. It's cold as hell down here. All right, Freddie, listen, let's let Mike get to the question.
So, okay. Freddie, I think what you really want to do is take a look at our Foodbuy programs in all, not just your cleaning supply areas, but really across all of your spend, and really align with those programs. And that way you've got a partner in ensuring that your distributor, number one, has the product in stock for you and is charging you the correct price.
So what should Freddie do? What is it? Should go to a website? Yeah, what do I do, Mike?
You should go to foodbuy.com and you should
write that down.
You should click on become a member.
Yeah, Freddie, did you get that? Foodbuy.com. That's right. Yeah, write that. I'll tell my wife to call. I said, oh, really? Okay. Anyway, listen, I got to tell you. So that's Freddie. Did that answer your question? Yes. I got to tell you, Freddie sounds like he's very happy. All right, listen. I gotta tell you, we better go to quick fire, Jimmy. All right. I'm taking Mike right up to the branded Arizona quick fire Foodbuy edition. Okay. Here we go. 5 lightning round questions. Okay, Mike. Don't think too hard. Okay. Arizona Cardinals or the Phoenix Suns?
Cardinals.
Your favorite Arizona-born celebrity? Is it Stevie Nicks, Alice Cooper, Emma Stone, or Emma Stone? Is it Emma Stone or Emma Store?
I think it's Emma Stone.
I don't know. Is there an Emma Store? It's Emma Stone.
Yes, but Emma Stone went to 4th grade with me, and while she was a very nice girl, I don't think she'd make this list.
And Linda Carter. Ooh, Jimmy, Wonder Woman, right?
Yes.
Yeah, true or oh, you answered already?
I did.
Stevie Nicks. Jimmy, you like that?
I do like that. With authority, he said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he knows what he's doing, right? True or false? Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark was filmed in Arizona.
True.
This is going to get the answers ahead of time, Julie. Yes.
He's a smart man.
Several scenes of Temple of Doom were filmed here. By the way, Julie, I feel like you asked these questions last time we were at FMA. We may have to get some new Arizona questions. Jimmy, I think we knew that. Did you come to Arizona for golf or for the canyons, Mike?
The canyons.
Not a golfer?
More of a canyon guy. Yep.
Canyon. So what, did you hike today or bike?
I didn't hike today, but I'm a hiker. Yeah.
You're a
It
hiker.
rains, so
I like it. If you were on a stranded, right, on a deserted island, on a desert, and you had to choose whether it's be Jimmy or I to be your survivor partner. So we're on a deserted island. We're like in Fiji or something like that, right? There's no Foodbuy anywhere around. It's just Jimmy or I can survive with you. Who do you think has better odds of surviving with you? Who's going to bring more to the table?
Can I just share something with Mike before he answers that question?
Of course.
Mike, Shatsy went with desert and then the Fiji island. Okay, Fiji is known for a lot of things. I don't think Fiji desert is one of them. So when you're making your choice,
Jimmy, have you ever been to Fiji?
When you're making your choice,
Have you been to Fiji? Because you don't know. I know Fiji. You don't know Fiji. You've never been to Fiji.
Mike, I'm just saying, when you choose your companion to get you out of the desert, just know who believes that Fiji's known for deserts as opposed to maybe water. But anyway, you go ahead.
I'm sure there's an area of Fiji that is less large.
Is there a phone number option on this? Can I choose Julie?
By the way, that'd be the best answer, no question.
Probably best. If you have your best chance of surviving, I would say I would choose
no
Julie.
question. I agree with that.
So there we go. All right. So Mike chooses Julie. I think that's actually a podcast first that we got nothing, right, Jimmy?
Yes, but you know what? The write-in candidate could become a trend. The write-in. You know what? Why should you be stuck with just two people? Why just two parties? Why can't there be more than two?
No, there can. I got to tell you, I love it. I got to tell you. So this has really been unbelievable. I mean, Foodbuy is free membership, Jimmy. We learned a lot today, Jimmy. I'm going to go through some of the nuggets that we've learned, okay?
Let's do that.
So Foodbuy is free membership, right? It's foodbuy.com. They buy like $32 billion in stuff. They cover like 500 major suppliers. It's like 350,000 SKUs, right, Mike?
Yep.
350,000 SKUs, of which, by the way, Mike knows them all. So what I like about walking around the halls here at IFMA with Mike, people come up to him, they're like, hey, Mike, do you have this? And I sure do. And he's like, X4972B. Just put that on your order and you'll get it. He knows everything. You know what I mean, Jimmy? It's unbelievable.
Well, I think what's very powerful, particularly, Shats, in our work for the industry, with 70% of the industry really being SMBs and mom, pops, and independents, I think the fact that there's a group like Foodbuy, and I know Foodbuy helps chains as well, but the fact that an independent firm or one with less girth and typically lacks buying power can now work with a partner like Foodbuy for the benefit of getting those kind of bulk prices. I mean, I don't know if Mike would like or would have any interest if I'm comparing it to a professional employment office, but I think about our own company where we get the treatment of like we're a large organization because we plug into our human resources into a professional employment office and we get to buy, healthcare on a far larger scale than just our headcount. I think that to me is the analogy I was drawing as I was digging into Foodbuy and the value they bring to let independents have buying power that's more commiserate or consistent with far larger chains.
I got to tell you, Jimmy, I got to tell you, seriously, Jimmy, everyone here is applauding you because you know what? You just dropped knowledge and it was beautiful. You compared the Foodbuy, the GPO in this instance, to a PEO.
To a professional employment office, yes. Which really is such
a bad analogy.
It's not a bad analogy. So I'm telling you.
I use that, by the way. Yep. If you want to use that in your sales pitch.
I will, for sure.
Yeah, he's probably going to have to footnote. Jimmy, can he footnote you?
No, you can have it, Mike. We're all good. We're square. We're good. I'm having a good time.
You don't even have to even mention that Jimmy gave you that nugget. But Jimmy does get what do you get, Jimmy? 5% finder's fee? If he closed the deal using that. I just want free coffee. That's it. Free coffee from our coffee machine down to the pantry. That's it. I get free coffee anyway. By the way, I just want to tell you one last thing, Jimmy. You mentioned coffee. Mike, do you guys do business with Nestle?
We do.
You do business with Nestle.
Yes.
They got a coffee machine here, Jimmy. I don't know what the brand is. I don't know. It's got buttons on it. It's got screens on it. I'm talking to the Nestle people yesterday. I said, how do I get one of these in my office? Jimmy will go crazy for this machine. Jimmy loves Jimmy, what's the coffee you like to drink? That mocha macchiato? What's that one you get with a Warren at Lake Express all the time?
Cortina.
What is that exactly? It's always so interesting.
It's a little bit like a milkier. It's a latte, but it's a lot more coffee, less foam, and more. The milk is more like warmed milk. Very delicious.
I've heard of it, but I don't know.
What's your go-to coffee?
My go-to cold brew.
Cold.
Cold brew.
Oh, yeah.
The cool ones are the cool people are drinking.
Doesn't Nestle own Nespresso? Isn't that their thing?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
Mike has confirmed that, Jimmy. That's not breaking news.
They're already coming out with something else. Well, Shatsy, tell Nestle, let's get the goods in here.
No, I think this is like an espresso machine, Jimmy. This is like, I mean, the guy told me it's $40,000. I don't know if he was just saying, that, but I'm trying to get it free for office because it looked like it could do some really cool stuff.
All right. Well, Shatsy, you got work cut out for you. But meanwhile, I want to give a special thank you to our guest today, to Mike, not just for being on the show, but really for everything you're doing for the industry. Shatsy and the branded team, we pride ourselves in being operator-centric, and we define that as we feel if we can help operators run their business better, create efficiencies, service their guests better. And I'm emphasizing it's their
thesis, right, Jimmy?
But when you help the operators who are fighting for their, fighting in there for their, I don't say fighting for their lives, but the fact is,
it's a little dramatic, don't you think?
But it's a tough business. It is a game of pennies. And what you're doing for the industry, I'm glad that we get to give a shout out to what Foodbuy is doing because it's really important. It's a huge ally to operators, and that's what we're about on our side. So to our operators out there, if you'd like to get in touch with Mike directly, we're not going to give you a cell phone. We're not rookies anymore.
I don't even have Mike's cell phone. I'm going to get it. I will get it though, Jimmy.
But you can email the podcast.
He's a number. He's one of the, because he's like, I'm not giving this guy.
Mike gave it to me. Us guys who wear sport coats and blazers, we stick together.
555-1212.
So you want to get in touch with Mike directly, you can email the podcast team at podcast@brandedstrategic.com, and we will get you in touch with Mike and or the folks at Foodbuy. And I think it'd be great if folks started to get involved and see how you can save some money or let Foodbuy help save money leveraging that platform.
I got to tell you, it's great having Mike here, Foodbuy. I got to tell you, Mike, I got one more question about these 350,000 items. Like, what if I come to you today, right? And I say, I have an item I want, and you don't have it. Would you pick up and would you have 350,001 items? Would you do that for me?
Possibly, but it's likely that I can, if I don't have the exact item you're looking for,
Give something similar.
comparable, right? Yes.
So there is a chance that you could, like, next time we speak, you could have more than 350,000 items. You could have 350,000 like in one.
Items every single day.
Every single day. Jimmy, you hear that?
Every day I'm hustling.
Yeah. Like last year we had Mike on, it'd be like, 348,000. And
So the number fluctuates a little bit.
it's unbelievable. I love it. Anyway, I got to tell you, this was great. It was absolutely fantastic having Mike on. This is great. Cheers, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, guys.